Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I like to use extreme analogies or analogies that are very uncomfortable but very real. Let's make it very real. If it's real, it's real. If it's not, it's not. Because I want to have my point, made clearly. And that's why sometimes I use the examples of rapes. Sometimes I use domestic relations or dynamics in intimate relations, things like this. I like to be straight so there's no ambiguity. In this case, let me use one before I'm starting this two articles that I have ready for you, and it's about Moldova and Russia. All of a sudden, Moldova has a problem with Russia. And what the problem might be. It can't be the war in Ukraine because that's been for a year and a half. So it's something else. So let me show you first actually the titles. Both of them are coming from Ukrainian media outlets. One is from yesterday. Moldova orders mass expulsion of nearly 60 Russian diplomats, cites spying concerns. That's one from yesterday, and this is from today, Ukrinform. Moldova expels 45 Russian diplomatic staff in spy row. So, let's put it in the context of a relationship. Let's say your girlfriend, your wife, tells you every day for a number of years that she loves you and she loves you. And let's say yesterday was the last time when she said, I love you very much, I'm so glad we are together, blah, 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 blah. And then yesterday, and today comes and tells you, I hate you, I don't love you anymore, I want to divorce. And you're like, whew, what the hell changed from yesterday to today since I haven't done anything different than yesterday, the day before, 3 days before, a year and a half ago? What happened? Well, she's got a boyfriend somewhere else, probably. That's the only thing. She doesn't want to be your girl anymore. She wants to be someone else's girl anymore right now, starting from now. Now, if she does that to you, she's going to do the same thing with the other guy, but that's a different story. So now the question to Moldova. What changed? You just found out yesterday that these guys are spying? They're supposed to spy. They all do. The American diplomats in other countries, the French diplomats in other countries, the Moldovan diplomats in other countries. Some of these people, that's their job, to be spies. They know one another. So what changed right now? You got, you know what? We're going to kick them out now. It can't be the war. As I said, I've done the same thing yesterday, the day before, and so on. It can't be the same, the war. What's going on? Or you want to leave? Or you want to provoke me in something? What's going on here? Let's see, maybe they're going to give us some insight in what's the alleged or expressed reason. What they say, because she doesn't love you anymore because, I don't know, you, showed up late at home one day, then that's the reason she uses, then it's clear. It makes from a small thing a big thing just because she wants to bye-bye you, which is fine. She can do whatever she wants. Correct? Correct. But there are consequences here. Moldova orders mass expulsion of nearly 60 diplomats. Again, cites spying concerns. Are these spying concerns just coming from yesterday? From the 26th? I mean, these guys were spying on you whenever they were, deployed in your country. What are you talking about? Artificial country, I would add. The Moldovan government has announced that the number of accredited diplomats and technical and administrative staff working at the Russian embassy in Chisinau will be reduced from 84 to 25, according to Daniel Voda, a spokesperson, he's a man, a spokesman for Moldovan Prime Minister Dorin Recean. Deschide MD reported on July 26th, and I'm quoting, "We can announce that the number of diplomatic posts have been reduced to 10 and the number of technical staff to 15, end quote, Voda said. That's within their prerogatives. They can do that if they want. But to tell me, as I said, she can say, I'm leaving you and give no justification. But she gives you this justification because you were late one time last night. or I don't know, an hour from work, that's her reason. Baby doll, it's more than that. The same here. Well, they can do whatever they want. If they want to close the embassy, they can close the embassy. They don't have to give a reason or give a little reason. I don't know, it's a Thursday. Therefore, we close your embassy. Bye-bye, see you, never. So, and I'm quoting, this was the principal decision that the Chisinau authorities conveyed to the representative of the Russian Federation this morning at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Later, the Moldovan Foreign Ministry said the Chisinau's decision is the result of numerous unfriendly actions against the Republic of Moldova. Since when? And you reached your end of the line, as well as attempts to destabilize the internal situation in the country. Okay, all right, that's your decision. No problem. I have a little gut feeling that is more than that. Sorry. So earlier, Moldova decided to reduce the number of diplomats at the Russian embassy in Chisinau. This happened after Journal TV and the Insider published an investigation in which they established the Russian Special Service were monitoring the Moldovan authorities through antennas on the roof of the Russian embassy. All right, well, if that is the reason, again, you showed up late yesterday. I haven't heard anything from the European countries kicking out American diplomats from, remember when the Americans got involved in spying on their own friends. Angela Merkel's phone was tapped by the NSA. And not only. So I haven't heard any country in the European Union kicking out American diplomats because maybe they facilitated something. And believe me, they know who's who and what's what. They all spy on everybody else. It doesn't mean that you should not kick them out, but that's not how you do. This is the stupidest way. Why? You let them be there. You let them function. You know who they are. You monitor them. And they know they're monitored, some of them. So you let them go and see who's who, what's what connections they have. Now, if you take them out, it's going to be harder for you, as security services of a country, to figure out who is on the payroll of those guys, because you're not going to have any connections. It's going to be hard. This way, you know exactly who's who, what's what. And when these guys make some new connections, you know who those are, because you already have this guy, open for you. So again, this is they try to, you see how you have a little cat that spits at you? You can kick the cat as much as you want, but the cat spits. That's how Moldova is against Russia. The elephant can just squash the cat. But hey, they want to go to the new boyfriend, and they are already over there. Money plays a role, and not only. But it's okay. How should I put it? That's a mentality. You have to deal here with mentality. If the 35 or 25 plus 40 or 60, that's fine. There's just a little, how should I put it, stupid expression of power. You're still weak. You know why you're weak? Because you are going to serve. Moldova will serve. That's the mentality. And if you don't change that mentality, you will be a servant. You see, I changed servant instead of using another synonym. It starts with the S as well. So if you don't change the mentality, regardless who's your boss, you're still going to be the subordinate. The same thing with Romania. You are subordinates. Again, S. Subordinates, this and that. Don't stop serving other countries, other interests. Serve your own. You say, well, we're too small. Well, I can see other small countries that are really kind of independent. I can give you Austria, I can give you Switzerland, they're small countries. I can give you Hungary, I can give you North Korea, if you really want to go that, and if you don't, I take you there. And there are other countries that are really independent. Cuba, to a certain extent, they're independent. The problem is, if you're independent, those guys who love freedom and democracy don't want you to be independent, because that means you do whatever you want, and they don't want that. They want you to do whatever they want. And once you are independent and sovereign, they're going to impose an embargo, they'll threat you, blackmail you, regime change, little thing here, spontaneous demonstrations, mostly peaceful, or they will bring democracy and freedom if they choose to, like Iraq scenario. Remember, they do whatever they want. So you better, live as independent, but hey, there are going to be some consequences. But if you're independent, these guys want them, these guys, you're going to form a group. It's going to be harder for the to take you and get you all out. That's why you have now the second option, which, good or bad, it seems like a lot of countries are sick of the plantation, U.S. plantation, and going to jump on the board of the other ship, which is Russia, China, maybe India, and so on. Based on what? BRICS, based on Shanghai Cooperation Organization and others. Why? Because when you are abused by this guy here, you don't know how the other guy is. So better here, you know exactly how it is, and you don't want to be here. You want to try over here, and these are some promises at least, So the same with Moldova. Yeah, you can show that up, but you are under occupation. You are a servant country. That's what you are. And besides, just so you know, from my perspective, you should not be a country. You should be back to where you were taken from by Stalin in 1940. So I think you're illegitimate as a country, in my assessment. Because everything that was taken through war or unfairly taken, it should be given back. So if I come to you and I ask you for, let's say, I was about to say wife, but hey, I don't know, your watch. I want your watch, and I don't equate watch with wife, but anyway, if you want, you can do that. I want your watch. I'm stronger than you, and I get your watch right now. And then after a while, I wear your watch, baby doll right here, choo. And after that, someone comes and punches me in the face and takes my watch away. What's going to happen with the watch? It's going to just stay somewhere, ram pam pam. Hey, it's a watch right there. It's nobody's watch. No, this watch was taken from Gigi, and then it's going to go back to Gigi. That's Moldova. Moldova was taken by Stalin, 1940 ultimatum. After 1991, Soviet Union collapsed. The guy was already knocked out. What happened with the watch? Somehow became independent and sovereign. How? You are not out back where you were taken from. That's why I'm making the point that Moldova is an illegitimate state. Should not be an independent. That's my assessment. I mean, whatever. You take it however you want. But tell me, if you have a car and it's taken from you, and then that guy dies and you can take it back, it's going to be someone else's car, or it's just going to be sitting somewhere in a parking lot, or you take it back because with the paper it's yours. And other people decide for you that the car should not come back to you. Who are those people? Americans and the Russians. They decided no, Moldova will not go back to Romania. And they created whatever they created in Moldova. No, we're gonna create the Moldovan language. What the fuck are you talking about? We're Moldovans, we're not Romanians. Really? Okay, it's like the Austrians and the Germans. They're not Germanic tribes. No, we are Austrians, Österreich. And even is a idiocracy, it's the Reich in the East. Reich of what? From the one from the West? But no, Austrians are different than the Germans. Go and talk to them and see how they were. We're different. Germany was formed from different tribes, distinct to one another, and still Germany, but Austria, no. But if you go back in history, you find out exactly why Austria will not unify, I would say, with Germany. But that's not my problem. I'm just giving you an example. But somehow Moldova, we're going to challenge the Russians. The same with the Baltic states. The total population, 5 million people. Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia. And they challenge the Russians. We're going to do this to you. We're going to do this to you. Don't tell us what to do. If there would be no United States of America, you would behave decently. Right now, you're not. You're provoking. Why? Because you have to. You got to do this. This is your little list of behavior, and they do it. Why? The same reason why Moldova does it right now. Got a list. And you are not independent. You are not. But hey, if you want to choose to live your life like that and say, yes, we're a free world, go ahead. But I think you're just delusional. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.